What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harrison, and I want to talk about the $70 price point for the Switch 2 games or whatever they're going to call it. We just had that report come out about the Switch 2 being more of an iteration, rather than like a revolution, and that the games are likely going to be priced at $70, and the console itself is going to be priced at 400. The $400 price point, it seems fair to me. I mean, the Switch was, 300. I got my 7 years out of that game or out of that system. I think it was well worth it. I even did upgrade to the to the OLED a couple of years ago and um have been loving that as well. So the $400 price point, I know a lot of people are probably not going to like it. I mean, with the price of everything else in the world going up, you don't necessarily want your consoles going up, but I mean, look at PlayStation right now. They just released their newer models, the Slim, if you will. While the $500 price point is the same, they did up the digital only version to 450. So they kind of got away with increasing the price without necessarily increasing they released a new product and were able to do a price hike because of that. You look at the Meta Quest 2 a couple years ago where they increased the price of that, and then it came back down after the 3 came out. So I mean, it's happening all over the place. You know, as video game enthusiasts like we are, uh, the last 20 years has actually been pretty good as far as video game prices go, as the standard being, $60, whenever the 360 and PS3 launched. 'Cause I mean, if you remember back in the day, like on the NES, Super NES, N64, I mean, games fluctuated anywhere between, 40 to like $100 and even more than that at retail price. So I'm glad that there is that standard, but obviously with this current generation launched, $70 games is pretty much the standard for the most part. Some companies haven't done it yet. Like I think Capcom, like the RE4 remake was 60, I believe. Um, you know, not every company, like from software, their Elden Ring was $60. Armor Core 6 was $60. So it all depends on the all depends on the company. Alan Wake 2 was digital only. They only did $60. Um, so I guess it just all depends on the company. But Nintendo's a little bit different, right? Obviously, with Tears of the Kingdom, it launched at 70, and I think that price point is totally fine. I got it's all subjective, of course, like of what how much time you invest into these games and how much you get out of it. But I mean, I was already going to get the collector's edition, so that was $120. So I was already planning on spending over the retail value, and I think 70 is worth it for Nintendo, worth it for Zelda. I just I think going into the next generation, and I've kind of seen that with Nintendo products as of late, where it depends on the game, but the value of them can be such a huge swing. And again, it's subjective. A huge swing, like RPG, Super Mario RPG remake. I did buy that a couple months ago. I put a few hours into it. I didn't love it. And that's obviously on me. I'm to be honest, I'm a little bit Marioed out this year, right? With all the Mario games, Mario movie, I'm a little bit Marioed out. And even Wonder, I didn't love Wonder. So that really wasn't worth to me at that point. And obviously it's Nintendo, so like their price drops really rarely ever happen unless they go on sale this generation. I mean, the previous generation, they had like the Nintendo Selects or whatever, where they would lower the game to like $20, and that was pretty standard. But they haven't done that this year at all. Like everything is, if you try to buy Breath of the Wild right now, it's going to still be $60. Unless you catch it on sale if you're lucky. But yeah, with Nintendo, it's a little bit tricky. Whenever Tears of the Kingdom first got priced at 70, Nintendo came out and said, "Hey, we are good. It's going to be a case by case basis for their games and what they think they should charge more for. We haven't seen a $70 game a first party $70 Nintendo game since Tears of the Kingdom. You know, Pikmin 4 was 60. You know, Mario Wonder, all that stuff was $60. Um, you know, the new Princess Peach game coming out next year, Showtime, or this year, 2024. That's priced at $60. You know, so I think at the end of the day, I think Nintendo is going to. I don't think they're just going to jump ship to 70, because to be honest, I don't think a lot of their games are going to be worth $70. You know, imagine them trying to charge $70 for a Mario sports game. You know, I don't think anybody's going to. You know, we give, especially with the sports game, we give Nintendo a benefit of the doubt with them, hoping they're going to be good. And for me, 9 times out of 10, they probably aren't. So I think they're going to continue that mentality going into the next generation of Switch. I think they're going to do it, you know, case by case scenario with their games. I don't think they're going to make every single game $70, because I just don't think they would sell as well. You know, I don't think they can charge $70 for Mario Wonder. I don't think they can charge $70 for, you know, the Luigi's Mansion 2 remake or the Thousand Year Door remake. I just don't think they can get away with it like Xbox and PS5 can. Because I feel like the production value, obviously the production value in like a PS5 game is pretty great. Like Spider-Man 2, definitely worth 70. I think that's just fine. But with Nintendo, it's a little bit different. It just is. The production value isn't the same, and that doesn't mean the games aren't as good, but the production value definitely is not the same. And I just don't think they can necessarily get away with doing every single game at 70. So I think that's probably what people want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to spend, you know, especially if they don't have any sort of like Game Pass service or anything like that. We're paying for everything up front. So I hope that's going to be the case whenever they launch the new system. Again, I just don't think they're going to get away with charging 70 for everything. I just think that's kind of unrealistic, and I think Nintendo is smart enough to think about that. Now, next Zelda, $70, right? Yeah, Metroid Prime. I think Metroid Prime 4 could potentially be the next $70 game. But again, I just think it's going to be a case-by-case scenario. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I just want to have a conversation about that. I know a lot of people, saw a lot of people on Twitter and stuff like that, and my YouTube short video that I did, saying that they hope it doesn't change. But I mean, the times are, you know, times are changing, right? The prices and everything's going up, and sadly, our video games are starting to go up too. So, yeah, let's have a conversation about it. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.